wait the next morning to come and see us. Exactly. So we started doing these in San Antonio. I think we had the first one at 10 a.m. and it was standing room only. So what we like to do is give everyone the opportunity here to nominate others for exceptional roleplay. Also, we, the storytellers, will answer any questions about the stories and the plots that we can, subject to our ability. That includes things like what could have been, what were some options, what did we expect to happen? Some people like to say, oh, did you, I totally stole this thing. And yeah, we actually thought someone was going to steal the thing. We waited an hour. Those sorts of questions. So, we want this to be your session too, so we want to open up as quickly as possible. Is somebody going to circulate another microphone in the crowd, or maybe people will kind of yell? I'll tell you what.
Would you like me to walk around with the mic?
Daphne, if you don't mind.
You got this.
I'm loud. I don't need a mic.
Being loud is an option too.
I've been up since 7:30. I got lit.
I have permission to be loud?
No.
Hands? Anyone?
Do a trick.
I interacted with a whole bunch of new players where this was like their first LARP or their first experience with Vampire Masquerade. You guys all killed it. It was so much fun. Thank you for coming out. I hope you had a good time.
Well played on to McCann for getting high as hell, frenzied on their weapon. And then apologizing to your there, being like, I'm so sorry, I'm high as hell right
now. Big shout out to John, and including me and everything that his little subplot was doing. And thank you to all the Chimerical people for welcoming me into the faction. Daphne and all of the other Bonnie players, you guys were all a treat to talk in-plane politics.
Sorry, what's John for clarification?
Hello.
That John?
Yeah,
that John, that gorgeous Australian man over there?
Yes.
I will also say thank you to John too, and I want to talk momentarily about the Chimera Group plot. So I wrote that, and as I keep saying, I had the idea of flying on a plane from Boston to LA, and what the Chimera Group had to do is they had to gather information about the domain, about the city for a mysterious client, and they were looking for these informants. They didn't know who they were, but in order to find them, they had to say the phrase, "I'm looking for the best pizza in town." And then the informant would find them and say, "You should try a secret pizza at the Cosmopolitan. Ask for extra garlic." And John began as one of the informants who did his duty, and they found him. I talked with John a little more and just kind of seeing what people were interested in doing, and including the selling of werewolf blood. And overnight we adapted the werewolf plot based on some actions that took place at the first two games. At the first game we did a werewolf plot, and players had the option to just completely grief this werewolf cub who was trying to go through her rite of passage. And instead, the story that Aaron ran. Still good? All right, yeah. So instead, there's about 30 people who just lifted her up on their shoulders and helped her succeed. And some of you are here may remember that one.
Shout out to Julia for being awesome.
She was really good. So in the second one, we decided to build on that, and that some of Julia's characters' relatives had heard that they'd helped her out. And we're like, all right, we're considering not killing you vampires for a minute, we have other issues. And so there's a lot of diplomatic options to how that could have sorted out. I won't spoil that because there's some people in the room. Some people know how that ended. Prince Jackson made a bit of a backroom deal. Yeah, exactly. There's some shaking heads. I won't spoil that. But I thought,
Dick.
why don't we give the players another opportunity to be diplomats And so John came with basically offering them an opportunity to build the little trailer between North and South Korea that the diplomats go to talk, right? And saying that we will allow you to select a means of conflict resolution between our peoples that will hopefully allow us to de-escalate tensions, right? And I want to give thanks to our narrators who I emailed like at noon that day. And I said, hey, can you be werewolves for me? With like no notice at all. And thankfully they all have very deep closets and lots of costumes they could adapt such that they all just switch into and they all showed up, they look good, right? Like they all look good. And they had a very good feel for their characters. So I'm so thankful to all of them. They're great. Yeah, I think we're gonna, it's the first time we use narrators actually. I know it's a simple thing, but like, we've always had people just be an NPC for a full day, right? Like doing costume changes and now I'm at this, now I'm at that. Like, this is the first time we've done, I think we're pretty well. So, we're probably gonna do it moving forward. So, thank you.
And one last shout out to the player of Charles for coming to the aid of us a few times, and you were great in Alex's game as well. So.
I just want to shout out Dimitri and Kata. They were so kind, and like before the whole event, this is my first LARP in general, and they took me under their wing. They were super supportive during the whole LARP. They went ahead and helped me out, gave me things to do, and they were just so sweet about it. They are amazing people. Give them a shout out.
So I have a couple of shout outs. I'm going to start with shouting out to Rachel, who ran around before the games, helping like probably 5 or 6 people with makeup or whatnot. Special effects helped Steve do his silly green black eye and a bunch of that. I also wanted to shout out to my fellow Nephilim and Coterie mates for playing. Because as I was doing the play plot, I was like, okay, I need these little boxes, and next thing I know, there were 3 in my pocket. Like it was the quickest scavenger hunt I think I've ever seen. And they kept just bringing me crap, and they're like, here, pocket this. We think it's magical, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm just gonna walk around while you guys fix everything for me.
I'd like to add on to that. Rachel, I really loved that you expanded the Promethean Conclave plotline. So the Promethean Conclave were meant to discuss some ideas brought to them by Dr. Armando de Sancha and share any of their own experiments. They decided what they were going to fund and what they were going to work together on, and then Rachel decided she was going to go around, or they were going to go around to every faction and gain sign-off and support from the entire faction for that endeavor. So it made me really happy. Thank you, Rachel. Look at all these hands going on. Oh, this exercise, got it.
I wanted to thank all of the Nephilim that I had to encounter between the Discord, between the actual LARP, for kind of pulling me into scenes when I was just idling. Love you guys. Sorry about that, but y'all are awesome.
I want to thank the players of, I think we get Pajarka, Sully, and Outstar for the artifact plotline and sort of all the things that happened with that. Especially thank you, BJ, for doing that, giving us new players the artifact thing. It changed my entire first sort of night, gave me a lot of things to do. And then separately, I want to thank Nicholas, player Nicholas, for bringing me to the Sabat plotline and kind of letting me run with that. That was super, super fun and kind of crazy. And the NPCs that played the Savant, especially the pack leader. Oh my god, that was wild. And just thank you all.
You get to choose, huh? It's ironic, so I'll go with the salute.
If I can talk on the artifact plotline briefly, because you mentioned it, stand up and hear me a little bit better. Oh, it's working now. Thank you to all the new players who opted to lean in, because the artifacts all had some funky curse that you have to interact. But I also wanted to give new players, like the first LARP, an easy in. But it requires you to lean in, which is something we ask of all LARPers, because that's how we develop great stories. And every single one of them was willing to say, like, yeah, I'll take that risk. So thank you, all you newbies who just jumped on that grenade.
Give a shout out to Brian / Cassidy of the Nephilim and Arcelia, Camilla, for the Seraphim event. It was fantastic. We are not Sabbats. It was, look, goblins can be used in a lot of ways. Also, Arcelia and Chris are part cyborg, clearly, so we're running around all weekend, non-stop, completely insane. I also want to give a shout out to our photographer for this event.
Hell yeah.
Which is kind of a problem for us. It's a breach. But he also doubled as a safety officer by testing the alarm system for us.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Lennon.
I'm gonna go super quick. I'm hot. Look at the mic. First of all, shout out to JP for the best conversation between a ministry and a body of my king I've ever had. So you're gonna talk to them, right? And then also, for the best conversation of the entire night, in my personal opinion, was when a Tremere and a Banu Hakim were talking, and here comes a bleeding eye salubri just standing there, and the Banu Hakim going, "Look at me, or I'm going to stake you. Look at me. Don't eat her. Look at me." So that was fantastic. Thank you also to every single person who walked up to me whispering, "You're terrifying, and I love you."
Good job.
I want to give a big shout out to two NOS that created conflict with my bright-eyed bushy-tailed little mouth. One was playing a character called the Watcher. I don't know her real name. And the other one was Tick or Ting? The Witness and Tick. You two created a storyline that I was not expecting, and it was so much fun, especially my first one. So thank you so much for doing amazing.
I just want to say I had so much fun. This is my first con, so it's great. I do want to give a shout out to Alexander. He was awesome. I actually felt like I was allied with him, and it was a blast. I love the salons. I love all of the various things that you guys did to keep everyone engaged. Even calling them out, anything to get them interacting with people. It was just awesome. Thank you so much. Also, I'd like to say that London definitely gets
Oh, hell
the
yeah.
best line of "I know who the fuck I am."
I would like to give a shout out to all of my fellow Nosferatu. You guys are crazy. Every time I would hear rumors like, "Oh,
Nibbles.
we did this," like, when did this happen? When did we do this? And shout out to my Nosferatu clanmate Alex and our new sweetie friend Marcus, who helped me with the red question plot. We fucking killed it. I was very happy with the results, and thank you, BJ, for running that, but also, respectfully, I hate you.
While I walked over here, who else thought it was kind of creepy seeing a whole gang full of Nosferatu walking together as one group? Yeah, everybody.
That was perfect, like little ducklings.
No, they were not on this game.
That was the whole point behind it.
Little ugly ducklings.
All right. So I dealt with a lot of people. A lot. Two shout outs. One shout out in particular throughout this LARP that Dr. Raimundo, through everything that he had to deal with, could rely on this one person to come into scenes, and I need counsel so that I wasn't alone handling this, and that is, I never got your name, but the player of Mercy.
Molly had to leave this morning, but yeah.
She did a spectacular job, you know, all weekend, keeping Dr. Raimundo sane. And that was hard to do. The other shout out I wanted to do was in our prestige LARP, 21 grams or bust. I don't know who the player is, but when he figured out that Riverboat was really Carl in disguise, and I said, do you want to go down to Hades? And I said, who do you want to see? And he said his mother. I was able to bring in Sydney, who played his mother in the dark. It was a very intense game. You only have 3 minutes to talk to your mother once again. And that scene got incredibly intense. And on the side, you saw a timer just wind down. And as it went on, the people who were watching it just felt this intensity. And when it was done, the mother was gone. And he just yelled that that was the last time he could ever see his mother. And thank you for everyone who even attended 21 grams. We love you all. You were all.
I don't want to break this thing. First, everybody did amazing. Just every little interaction that I saw was incredible. But in particular, our little blood salesmen who were my drug dealers. Thank you for letting me get in a lot of trouble. And also the player from Mortimer. I had so much fun hurting his hand repeatedly. And that whole let's make you frenzy for art was just, I had so much fun with that. So thank you all for all that.
Good, thank
So I just want to give a big shout out to the members of the executive board, particularly in two sort of directions. One to Chris Ignatius for being such a good sort of delegator and allowing the newer players to get involved and really kind of put them in the right direction. And then also to the newer members of the executive board, you really lifted up that whole sort of initiative with everything going on with the executive, and I think we really had a good group that exemplified the whole concept of play to lift. So thank you all of you who were involved in that in any way. That was a lot of fun.
I have a question for the executive board. Did you, because I lost track of you guys, did you succeed? You don't know? All right, good. We just have to, okay, so the executive board had to build a tax shelter. They're like, hey, this Anarch domain can be a capitalist paradise for us, where no prince or king can steal our hard-earned wealth. So I'm very excited to hear how you did.
Okay, I'd like to say thank you, number one, for the Savant Pack for bringing me in hardcore in this. Holy crap, I came in that night, hit the ground running.
Race Kane!
Oh, man!
Oh, sorry, that's what you wanted.
Daphne, again, our interactions, I felt like I was in danger every second of it, and I loved it.
I enjoyed inwardly going, is this bitch trying me right now?
Where's Estelle? Rachel? Estelle Tillman for the Promethean Conclave. I don't know if you guys know, but they put in so much work. It is amazing. If there's an MVP for us, that is it.
Alright, I pressed the button, got it. I just wanted to give a big shout out to all of my fellow Zenitsu who went to the clan meeting. I was fucking terrified that night and being invited by everybody, being given the nickname Cactus almost immediately, really put me at ease. And then I never got your name in character out of character, but fucking shout out to the person who very kindly lent me some lip liners so I could do some scarification on someone for a boon. Big props, really appreciate that. We can do some with makeup.
I wanted to thank the storytellers and the NPCs and the security for making this such a wonderful event for all of us, particularly for new players like me who have never been to this kind of events. This was my first of these and I only got into BTM this year, so this was a really wonderful event. So thank you all for that. Court of Phoenix for being wonderful and all of our connections and how we all stuck together even if we were in different factions and clans. So thank you, Cambria Court of Phoenix.
Hey guys.
Hey.
So I want to stand up and I want to thank the storytellers. See, I have a bit of a unique window into the whirlwind that is their lives and the amount of work these people put in to make this event happen, while simultaneously also doing things like supporting other LARP clubs and other major projects in the vampire community. I really appreciate this. I always like to get up at the end of one of these and remind everybody that these people are superhuman. They do so much for us. So guys, thank you so much for everything. I also want to thank the organizers of the Seraphine event. Y'all were amazing. I always like to say that at the end of one of these events, 6 months from now, I'm probably not going to remember much about what happened in the gameplay, but I will absolutely remember what happened afterwards and the friends I made along the way. The addition of the Seraphine event and the awesome Midnight Buffet last night was a real growth point for this event for me, and I very much appreciate the fact that the company took the feedback and really rolled with it. So thank you very much for that effort.
I wanted to thank all of you for playing the game with me last night. You all managed to put together incredibly complicated stories and work together so beautifully. It was so much fun to get to watch and be involved in.
I just want to thank Dave Harstein over here for an out-of-character moment where I did not read a dropper. It was supposed to be eye drops, but it was eardrops, but he was there. He helped me with my panic attack. He made sure that I rinsed out my eye for 15 minutes and saved me from any long-lasting damage, so thank you.
I just wanted to thank the By Night Studios team for putting the event together. Amazing job, Kelly. Where are you? Is she Kelly? Hell yeah! Our influencers, you guys rock. Thank you for the shout outs out there, the pictures, all of that. That's amazing. Cynthia, thank you for putting all of that together. It was wonderful. Great event. Thank you so much.
I just want to thank everybody for coming, for being here, for making these incredibly complex stories. I did a lot of walking around tonight, last night and the other 2 nights, and I had a blast. Thank you for Aurelius for being awful, as always. And I also like the pro move from the player of Ignatius for paying Boone to not stand up and move in the room. That was amazing. I had a wonderful time, and I definitely gonna be coming back for LA. It's gonna be great. Thank you.
While I walk this over to Giuseppe, I do believe I speak for all of us when I say thank you, Cynthia, for all of your costume changes.
I just want to thank all of the members of the Aurora Shield, as well as the father over there. We accidentally swatched 2 plots together, and BJ and Aaron were running around circles each other. But all the Shield crushed it. We were everywhere. Thank you guys. It was just wonderful. You all did amazing.
Just want to say I had a lot of fun. Glad to be here. Looking forward to LA. And Anarchs are a bunch of cheaters.
Excuse me.
Don't get salty. You got keys.
Hey, I just wanted to call out all the crafters who showed up to the event. People, seamstresses, makeup artists, people who brought props, this fake tattoo that will not come off. All of you guys did amazing work, and some of the props and little things people don't notice, but trust me, I saw every one of you with each little makeup and pin and button that you guys put on, the added seamstress work. It's all been amazing. It was really, really cool. Have a good show.
I want to add on to that. So at one point of the weekend, I forget who it was, maybe the person who stand up, but we're talking, and he played in San Antonio, and he's like, yeah, Vera Velasquez. So only Camarillo Prince I respect, and he showed me his arm, and there was exactly, and I look at his arm, and he showed Vera Velasquez is the only Prince I respect the Camarillo, and I was like, did he actually tattoo? That looks really good, right? It looks really good. Right? And I was like, did he actually tattoo? I'm a bit relieved to say that, thankfully, no, it's just a very, very good temporary tattoo. That still goes to show the very high level degree of enthusiasm. I mean, it's so immensely flattering when a character you write, somebody picks it up and it builds onto their story. And I want to say all of you are doing that as well too. It's so great to see that as you compliment each other and see how all of your experiences are adding to one another. So that's so fantastic. So thank you from all of us too. As the things that we write are meaningful to you and us becoming part of your characters.
Anyone else? I was about to say, I have a really long scroll that I need to read to everybody.
I would like to say thank you to Monty and Eden, who made it really fun to try to interact with Theo and Elizabeth. They both did really, really fun things with my character that really lifted my play. And I want to thank all the anarchs who answered my question as to why.
Obviously, there's a lot of fun things to say about the weekend, and we'll get more memories as we go, but obviously I had a great time interacting with Spencer, who essentially pulled off a very impressive prank when it comes to pancreation, but I'll let him explain that later. And I do want to call out Natasha, playing Evelyn Craig, of the executive board, for having the bravery to first person to throw a chop against Theo Bell, trying to entrench him in the middle of an executive board meeting. Admittedly failed, but honestly, it was worth the attempt. Las Vegas fortunes won and lost, and well, she's still alive, so we're happy for that.
Hello? You know what? How technology is treating me recently, I might as well be. First off, I want to thank everybody. Is it still okay? I wanted to thank everybody I was able to play with over the days. I can feel. I'm not touching it. Sure. Okay, great. Call more attention to myself. I want to thank everybody I was able to play with over the past couple of days. This isn't my first LARP, but it was the first one I've been able to attend that's this big. And so it was really intense, and I'm thankful to the player of Monty, who is, I do not believe is here right now, because she is on a plane back to Columbus. I want to thank the player of Force, the Malkavian, who was the first person to really entrap me into the scene. The very first night I beat the court, which unfortunately caused me to miss the petitions, but I will take that any day, Malkavian to Malkavian communication. I want to thank everybody at the tabletop I played with. You guys were amazing. And to all of the fellow newbies I was able to help feel more comfortable, who made me feel more comfortable in turn. I love you guys. I can't wait to go to LA eventually. I am filled with so much love and pride.
So I have 3 shout-outs. One to the Shield for Plot Speed Run Friday night. Second one, everybody that went to Seraphim and toasted myself and my new wife. Thank you. Third, shout out to London. Thank you for not killing me when we work out a deal.
And I also from Outstar, on their way back to places unknown, Stockholm. She didn't want me to let you all know that she had a fantastic time, loved every single interaction, loved every one of you guys, and cannot wait to see what kind of nonsense you guys come up with.
Scene I witnessed that I had to make sure to call out, and I had to be advantageously placed when our young actress with the best sad face I've ever seen slapped Theo Bell.
Oh my God!
That scene was
I also wanted to thank everyone that came up to Seraphim. It turned out to be a really great event. It was about a 7-month labor of love. I want to thank JP and RC for being partners in crime, putting it together. And just thank you very much.
I know I already spoke, but I had one more Derek brought up by the crafter comment and all the Seraphim talk. So Josh's wife, the one who mentioned the crafters, she's the one who put together all of the Nephilim buttons that we tossed out everywhere. On short notice, she made us like 200 of those buttons. So she really, I really think that she put in a lot of effort for us, even though she wasn't going to join us to roleplay or anything. But she really booked it hard up for us so that we could get those buttons out for everybody, and to get his face on as many chests as possible. So I'd like to just point that out that she did a phenomenal job.
everybody for inviting me here and letting me kind of invade your space and break a little bit to hopefully capture memories of this event. I want to give a special shout out to JP, who has kept me on task, has kept me on schedule. I really couldn't, I obviously had to run around to a lot of places so that I can capture these memories for you guys. And he was instrumental in making sure that I was where I needed to be. So thank you so much, guys.
I just wanted to shout out a scene I saw where Mercy of the Cryptid in the armor and crazy clown guy interacted. So it was a crazy vortex where someone who was crazy and cogent and coherent was talking to someone who was a little bit crazy and incoherent about werewolves and werewolf slaying right before my cat got approached by a bunch of werewolves, and then I kind of broke it up. So that was
scary. Only 2 years in prison.
That's kind of a real from the hip play style, and I want to thank everyone who just had a real yes and reaction. I think there was a lot of that, and that just made me such a great time where I could just interact and people go yes and just move on. And then also shout out to Jimmy for letting me do math in the negotiations again. So love negotiating.
You allowed him to do math. I reward those who serve me.
Hey everybody, so obviously not many of you know me because maybe this was my... So I really wanted to just thank particularly Buffy and the cat because on night one they basically adopted me as their own. And
Congratulations to the cat for getting punched for the first time ever in a war.
Yeah, that hurt.
Hi, so this was actually my first ever cinematic LARP that I did. So I kind of wanted to give a shout out to the storytellers, especially Chris and Jimmy, who I consulted with when I decided to go a little bit off script with the Promethean Conclave prompt. Thank you so much for collaborating with me on that. Big shout out to Nephilim for making me feel very welcome and having sort of a great jumping off point to sort of like just dive headfirst into the event. And of course also to RC, JP, Chris, and Brian for just kind of being there and answering any questions I had because first event jitters, it kind of gets to everyone, and I had a lot of like nerves coming in. Big shout out to the Promethean Conclave for just kind of letting me guide the way the negotiations went and kind of trusting me with all of the pins and pain points at the end of that. Thank you so much for that. For everyone else who interacted with and sort of let me do my weird little information where everything is a cell, thank you so much for sort of like facilitating and helping me go run around and be an insanely crazy person at this event.
I just want to give a shout out to all you crazy players. This is my first DE, but I enjoyed NPC way more than playing my PC I intended to play for this event. Being the Prince of Henderson and the stare down and looks that I got from the Anarchs. Shout out to Ryan, because we actually staged me slapping his clipboard that was not a beef we had, that was staged. Shout out to all of the Camarilla players who stood their ground during the rant and allowed me to yell in their ear, get in their face. That was lovely. Shout out to all the players who were wolves. You guys make it worth all the crazy costume changes and everything. NPCs are nothing without the response from you guys. I hope all the new players that we lived in with the Church of Lilith, thank you for putting up with my crazy, insane Church of Bahari. It was amazing to help get you guys involved. I hope you guys had an amazing time, and I'm super excited to hear more about your stories going into Los Angeles. So you guys all rock.
This has been a great time. First off, thank you to Victoria, who has also is a previous writer for Modern Studios and was fantastic at NPC at New Orleans in 2016 for us. But I also want to thank the Desert of Shadows players who have done so much for us. It's a local Las Vegas game with a long-standing and proud history. They have done so much for us over the years, whether it's promotional videos, interviews, lending us their talents, their support for NPCs, storytelling. So with this event in particular, there's one thing I'm especially grateful for. So for Theo Bell's rant, I thought it'd be really cool that we had videos of anarchs throughout the country who are pleading to the city of Las Vegas for help for the impressive Camarilla, and the props that they have. And I gave them about 8 bullet points, just of scenarios. The Scourge killed my sire. I was punished for stealing the prince's car with this member or something like that. And I was looking for just simple TikTok videos, like, hey, like Theo Bell, what's going, and they had a production team. They had camera angles and takes, and they had lines and script. It was just amazing. It was so good. I think we'll share these videos afterward on social media just so you can see and experience them if you didn't have the chance to do the rant. But it was just so good. It really made the scene for me. And after that, just the outpouring of support and down with the Camarilla, their terror was so good. It was all thanks to them. So I'm so grateful. Thank you very much.
Haven't seen the videos, you can find myself, Jimmy. We have the QR codes so you can access them. They're on my private YouTube channel, The Underground Collective, which I designed just for DE, and all the videos are unlisted, so only if you have the code can you find them. Anyone else?
In the back.
Poor Alex.
You're next!
Just a quick shout out to London and all the people that are working with Theo Bell. They kept a great time praising Theo Bell's life and proceeded to stare each other down throughout the events and threw a shotgun shell down at my feet. Lots of great interactions throughout the event. So.
I'm gonna explain my jokes to you. No, it was just a joke. I had a joke and the timing is gone.
And now I'm gonna cry.
Stop fucking with werewolves in my turf.
It is never too soon. Or too late.
It's up to
That's fine.
Okay. Thank you to people who engaged with the knitters, that tomfoolery stuff at the back at the end of the event. Thank you for Chris for writing that. We were completely on the fly. It was nice to see so many people trying not to break character, but laughing their asses off at three little beaded people with knitting instruments, thinking, oh my god, they're hunters, they're gonna kill us. It was 3 to all of you, and it didn't happen. But thank you to Cynthia and being so polite. Thank you for Alex for tolerating us and all the Twilight references that we did in his face, and he didn't break character. Thank you for all the characters that put up with us mentioning how emo everybody was, and us starting to sing Green Day and not breaking character. So thank you for that. That was a perfect ending of the event.
Quick shout out to PJ. Thank you for throwing a plot line at us that actually makes dots we put in backgrounds useful.
Yeah.
Second time in a row, it's just So there are a lot of new players here, and with it. And so sometimes it's hard to kind of find people that you feel safe with, feel comfortable with. And I want to shout out some people that made my experience so much more comfortable, because no matter how awkward or shy I got, I can go with them for comfort. Scylla, Kamari, Ambrosia, Nibbles, and the rest of the group that we were all hanging around with. You all were amazing, and I'm so happy that we got to hang out. I'm so happy that you guys were there for me when I almost had a panic attack. So, love you guys.
Hi everybody. So first and foremost, I would like to thank the Church of Set for all of its wonderfulness. NPCs and PCs that are the Church of Set or ministry, or else. And beyond that, thank you for all the new players that really added to the experience. Everyone with their unique storylines, enjoying the infrastructure that the storytellers and staff provided. It all created such an organic experience to me, and that I was just in shock and awe that there was times where how do I be myself, and everyone else is just so amazing. So thank you everybody. You've all been great.
This is how they have to get steps.
To the people who participated in the city planning, especially the leads of the city planning, that was amazing storytelling and stuff like that. And through Elizabeth Dimitrios' first club thing that happened when my character tried to close the sewers. Thank you for allowing me to have that moment. That really broke me out of my shell this LARP event. So both those things were like the thing for me. So you guys are amazing. Thank you.
Shout out to the player who was willing to tell Dr. Bermundo what a touchstone was. Because for 2 hours, no one would explain this to him. And then one dashboard finally did. And it's like, here, you deserve this. And he gave him a boot.
Thank you so much.
I have to leave. So thank you all so much. I had a lovely time here. See you all again soon.
had to go home. I wanted to thank and shout out Casey, who we played with back in Arizona. He was a real MVP with the Liquid Circle. We would not have been able to complete anything without Casey running around like a chicken handling anything. And I wanted to thank Dan for fully trusting me to put scars on his face without asking what I was doing, fully allowing me to really fuck him up.
Justice was not over.
I will say I definitely enjoyed this one where I got to see the Church of Cain and the Bahari technically getting along. While also being very sassy, low-key. Well, overtly sassy over here.
Hey guys, first off, y'all were amazing. I had my head on a swivel the entire night. Playing at like head NPC is a really hard job, y'all. So like, I'm sorry if we didn't get to have a long interaction. But the one shout out that I really do have is for you, player Sebastian. Like, you followed me the entire night and got to like see everything, like experience what it was like to be like in this role. And I like thank you for like having my back and like being able to like run around and do everything. I hope you enjoyed that moment because I loved it.
And by the way, piggybacking on that one, kudos to you for seeing through my office gate. And then just smiling and nodding at me and greeting at me going.
Daphne, maybe another one or two.
Right there.
I wanted to thank everyone who interacted with me over the 2 nights, who looked at me after I told them their future and said, "You unnerved me," and how much a high humanity character just unnerves people who are not. And I was very thankful for that. Thank you.
I know it's been said, but the event coordinators for whoever found this hall, I think this hall is awesome. Like, we've been to several other locations that were too dark or had their own issues, and I think this is a pretty simple site. And the lounge that we use, I think, just hella props. I think our community is growing a lot from San Antonio when I went. And it's a very hard thing to find a place that is going to fit out all of us soon. So good luck, and thank you, because it's really an amazing venue and I love it.
Since I know we don't have the room forever, I want to make sure I get through all my things. First, of course, our featured guests. Sadly, Alex had to go, but also London and Cynthia. The first things that we do. It enables us as writers to think, well, all right, what are really the keystones that hold this story in place? And then we can think of things like, how might somebody like to interact with Theo Bell? How might somebody like to interact with Sharon? And it just works so well, you know, that we have these actors who we can trust to lead into these roles and deliver these amazing moments. I will tell you, nearly all of the sick lines, these are all ad-libs from all of them that they did on their own. So I commend their instincts for the characters, their talent as actors. They really overperformed, and it was so easy for us as storytellers to just give them the most minimal of instructions and talking points, and to trust on them to deliver exceptional moments for all of you. So I'm so grateful once again to them for all their talents. Of course, all the event staff are fantastic and make this possible. Kelly's amazing. I'm so glad she joined us. And also Daphne, our CEO. Coop is sticking with us and brought Ozzy John back to us. Did a fantastic job. And we're also supported by a number of people who just do the occasional thing for us, bringing us water, watching a door, all sorts of. I think Jesse might have left too. Jesse also a big help on security. But I also want to thank the storytellers of two, Chris, Aaron, BJ, and Brent, who tagged in to help us out. Thank you so much. Of course, we also had a very big NPC roster this time out. It is too many to name. I would invite them to stand and take a bow, but we knew that delivering this event needed a lot of support, a lot of help. People can really lead into the roles as well. I mean, it sounds like they did a great job, right? So many of you thank them for their for the moments that you had. So thank you very much for NPC Cast 2. Now I can talk a bit about what happens after this.
Yes.
So very typically what we do is we take a break. We take about 2 weeks where we don't do anything, just relax. And I'd say that's a good time for all of you to join our Discord server and chat and engage and have little follow-ups and things like that. What we then typically do is we write the epilogues to the stories. And those will come in 2 weeks plus a few days probably, so they're coming. What we do is we write, our understanding as storytellers, the best of our awareness as to how things happened. Just one of the things that's a norm for that, by the way. I know a lot of you did really great, amazing things, and some of you look at it as kind of like the scoreboard. Our rule for that is we don't name PCs, although we may allude to them, such as a Gangrel did this, or a Hakata member did that. And that's first, because we don't want to embarrass anybody, and we also don't want this to be like a cutthroat thing, like, to think that you don't matter if you get on there. So we will name NPCs, we don't name PCs. Don't take it personally, we think everybody did great. We know who you are, trust you, trust us. We're really proud of you. And then there's one more item, which I'm pleased to say, which is we are looking forward to Los Angeles. And I think as of now, tickets are on sale for Los Angeles.
Yes.
Well, I was told are on sale. Make them on sale. Okay, there we go. So this is just one. I think we're doing a promotion for a limited amount of time. So that will not last forever. The way we usually do it is once we announce a featured guest, then the sale typically ends. Please keep us in mind if you're able to join us in Los Angeles. We have a great venue so far, and we hope to see you there.
I want to tag in. Can I tag in?
Go for it.
So yes, the tickets that are on sale right now, there's a limited number of elder slots at a deep discount. That discount is likely to go away, or the number of slots, I think, based on what we've seen for sales this morning, I would say by the end of the day, they'll probably all be taken. But you may want to check it out, because we do want people to come here. We want you guys to have the first opportunities to buy in before the news goes public, but it's going to be great. I will tell you, we are at the Biltmore Hotel. I will tell you, we have the entire meeting space for us. No other groups will be conflicting or competing with us.
Damn.
And that's something we're able to do as we continue to grow, right? The more people who come, the more we'll deliver successful events. It's easier to get into bigger and bigger contracts with hotels, deliver better venues, more scenic, iconic locations. So thank you very much for your support. So I think that's all we have. Thank you once again, everybody. You guys make this so worth it. So please give yourself some